I'm Wongster 1970, and today I'm going to be installing this LED taillight on the back of my 2007 V-Star 1300 that I have the Viking Tour Pack installed. So let's get started. This is the XFMT LED wraparound taillight. This is made for a 1997 to 2008 Road King Street Glide, Road Glide, Electric Glide. It's supposed to fit on the tour pack of those. I'm going to be fitting it onto my Viking tour pack. Part number is XF290609-B LED taillight kit. First thing I did was I took all the studs out of the back of this to make sure that it actually would fit, and it's not 100%, but it's pretty close. The way that this tapers, it's gonna make it tough to fit on there. So I think what I'm gonna do is fit it like that, and then I'm gonna have to get something to fill the space. But that's pretty close. So it came with a template. I'm gonna put the template on there and line it back up and see where we're at. Okay, this is a template. It's kind of hard to measure exactly where the center is on this. So what I'm going to do is put some masking tape on the corners, and I'm going to set the tail light back up on there and see where we line up. Hopefully it's pretty close. It's definitely got to come over this way more. Right there is pretty close. Might have to go up a little bit. I think I'm going to measure from here to here and from here to here and see if we are close. Center seems good. This other side could go up a little bit. There we go. Let me check that, get a tape measure. If I check the distance right here, it's assuming that that seal is level across. That's 2 1/4 at this hole, about 2 1/4 at this one. We're showing a 7mm hole for there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill that hole. I'm going to put the screw back in the tail light and see if I actually am lined up. I'm going to start out with an 11/64 drill bit. That is a little too tight. I'm going to have to go bigger. Yes, that'll work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the screw in here, and hopefully it is lined up. Let's see. It's off a tiny bit. It's a little further down than when I wanted it. But I can also turn it. There is a little more gap up here than what I wanted, but there's not a whole lot that I can do with it unless I maybe get a rubber seal to put in here to fill it in. But I guess I'll go through and drill the other holes and see how we line up. Okay, I'm gonna take a chance here. Drill a hole right here. See how it comes out. Might as well drill one here too. I'm going to put two of the studs back in and see how it lines up. Okay, I've got two more studs in. Let's see if it lines up. They're off a little bit. We're definitely gonna have to go bigger on those too. Okay, we're still not up to 7mm, so let's try it. I'm gonna have to go bigger. Okay, let's try going over a little bit. Hopefully better. And it did bring it over a little bit. It looks better. It's definitely over this way further, which is what I wanted. It looks like I need to drill off to the right more, so I'm gonna drill about right here. Hopefully I'm close. Let's see how close I am. I think that might be too far over. Let's just put that in loosely. It lines up. That's what I need to do. Is I need to go over to the right. About right there. Hopefully that one's about the same. I'm gonna drill about right here. See if I'm correct on that side. Oh, I have enough. Nope. That one is not correct, evidently. And you go to the left a little bit. So this side appears to be off to the left more. Let's see. I'm going to tighten that down and see how it lines up. Okay, there I've got 5 screws in. 5 of the studs connected, and it's still got a little work to do here yet, but oh well. Got a little wiggle room. So let me get those other holes drilled. Get these screws back out. Get these nuts off. Drill those other screws out. And drill those other holes out, hopefully we're good. Hopefully I'm close. Okay, I need to drill this one out a little bit further. I'm just gonna ream the hole out a little bit more. Trying to get the wires out of the way. Okay, I'm going to try put all the nuts on again and make sure that it fits. Okay, I'm going to drill a hole right here. One right here. Hopefully that's big enough to fit these wires through. I'm going to cut these wires. Cut the connectors off because I'm going to be doing something different. Hopefully. I'm going to feed them. Yep, one set's going to fit through there. I know that this one will fit through here. And I just got to drill another hole up here. A lot of hole drilling here. Hopefully this all works out. Okay, I'm going to bolt all this up again and make sure that it lines up and I can get all the bolts in. I've got all the nuts put on, the studs. Now the only thing I have to do is drill the ones for the side and hopefully get those screws to line up. Okay, I got all the holes drilled out. I'm going to take the template off and hopefully I can get everything lined up. Pull the wires back out through, clean this off quick. And I'll be right back. Okay, I have this hot glued in place. Hopefully it stays. feed this through the lower one. This through the upper hole. Feed this one. This hole over here. Get these nuts put back on. Looks pretty good. So I went and used my probe with this plug connected into the other end and checked the wiring. This blue wire with the red stripe is for the tail lights. The brown is for the left turn signal. The green is for the right turn signal. The yellow is your stoplight, and black is ground. So I'm going to connect into these wires, splice into them, solder them, and heat shrink them. I'm going to be using some of this 87017 Dorman lead-free solder. This is a little heavier than what I need for this wiring, but it'll work. Hopkins 4 bonded wire, 25 foot 16-18 gauge trailer wire, picked up from Walmart. Hyper tough 6 foot 3/8 inch flex tubing that I'm going to be running all the wires through. So let's get started on that. I'm going to be using this red wire to splice into this one, since I've only got 4 wires, and I'm going to use the white wire for the trailer wiring as my ground. Okay, first I'm going to splice into this existing red wire. There we go. Solder to go in. There we go. That looks good. I'm gonna hopefully slide my heat shrink up over. Sometimes you get heat shrink you think it's the right size and you end up putting the wrong one on. But that does fit nice. Get my heat gun. It's nice and good. I'm going to cut that about right here. I'm going to go and take these wire cutters and cut in between these because they need to be separated, and then hopefully pull them back without stripping the other wire off. That's on there. That's good. Okay, that looks good. There we go. Heat gun. Seems pretty good. Solder got on there. And what I want to do is hook all these wires together, somehow run them back behind here to the trunk. So let's go and get them plugged in. I got this much put in conduit. Let's see if this will possibly fit down through here. What I'm going to do is get me some electrical tape and tape it up to here, and then see if I can get all those wires down through. I've got the wire electrical taped up to here, so able to push it down in between here and get the connector back on. So the tail lights should still work. Open. And we have tail lights. We have left turn. We have right turn. And we should have stop. Yep, we have stop. Everything's still working. So I'm gonna feed this up through. Had to actually slice this. So far I've got the wire all connected, wrapped with the electrical tape and through this loom, going back here, and it's going to be going up through the trunk. Should be going through the trunk like right in here. So I'm trying to debate if I want to pull the entire trunk off, which I might have to, drill a hole through it, or if I can drill one there, but I think it's got to go through another layer. So I'll take a look at it and see what I'm going to do. Okay, you can see that I have the wiring again up through here. Ran it up around. Got a lot of dust here I got to clean up. But I put a 5/8 inch hole up through the bottom of the trunk. I got to cut that off too. I wanted it to come up through this corner. That's where the wire comes up through. It comes up through up underneath here and it runs along this channel. And it comes up here. And what I'm probably going to do is tuck the wires in underneath this metal shield. I got to hook them up first, and we'll get started on that. Just wanted to show you, this is a bit that I used to drill the hole through the case, through the trunk. That is a 5/8 drill bit. Okay, I got the wire tucked underneath here. I'm going to move it under the rest of the way once I get these wires taken care of. But this here should be your right turn and ground. This is for the tail light. This one here should be for tail light, brake. It should be brake and ground, or one or the other, and this might be brake. We'll have to see. I'm thinking that this is the tail light. This one is the brake. The yellow should be the stop. White is the ground. I'm gonna test that quick. I'm gonna heat shrink all these wires together. Then I'm gonna go and tape up everything up to here, and then push the wires in underneath. Okay, got everything taped up, back down underneath there. I'm gonna put this cover in, see how it fits. It seems to fit pretty good. Anything I'd like to do is get these wires out of the way a little bit more, but I can work on that later. It seems to be working. Seat and the side cover back on, and saddlebag, and then I'll be done. Okay, got the seats put on. Rear seat is held on with two 10mm bolts. Front seat just pushes on. Hooks in the back, then you push it down. Saddlebag was held on with 4 Allen bolts, 4mm I do believe. So I got that back on, and everything is hooked up. Let's go and turn it on and see what it looks like. Okay, here's the brake. Left turn, right turn. Well, I'll do it for installing this XMFT wraparound taillight on the 2007 V-Star 1300 Tourer with Viking trunk. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay safe. Thanks for watching.